The Last Goodbye, a novella of World War II, written and narrated by Samantha Grosser. Chapter 1. Emma, Australia, 2014. It was late morning when Emma turned into the street where she used to live and saw the old apartment block, unchanged, sun-bright and warm in the late summer heat. From beyond the houses across the road, she could hear the murmur of the surf on the beach, mesmerising, and full of memories of a happier time, the first flush of excitement of a new life in Sydney, the hope and expectation of new love. She stopped for a moment to listen, hoping to be soothed by the rhythmic shush-hush of the water. She should walk along the sand while she was here, she thought, in a last goodbye to a place she thought for a while she would never leave. But the impulse slid away almost as soon as it had risen, and she walked on, making her way along the little walkway and up the stairs towards the flat that was no longer her home. On the landing outside, she hesitated, the key hanging loosely between her fingers. Jamie had promised he would not be home, but still, it seemed wrong not to knock just in case. He might have forgotten she was coming. He might be inside, with one of the women who had brought about the end of their relationship. Emma suppressed a shiver at the thought of it, despite the warmth of the day. She knocked, knuckles rapping loudly on the wood. Nothing. She knocked again. If he'd fallen asleep in the bedroom, he would not hear her. She pressed her ear to the door. No movement. No music. No TV. Letting out a long breath that did nothing to steady her racing heart, she slipped the key into the lock and opened the door. The flat was exactly as she remembered it, except she was acutely aware that it was no longer her home. She let her eyes wander across the fraying sofa, the old wooden cupboard, the posters on the walls, the surfboards propped up in the corner, and realised there was nothing of her in the place at all. It was all Jamie. His furniture, his taste, his things. It was hard to believe she'd ever lived here at all. 3 years of her life, and all she would take from it would fit into the 2 sports bags in her hand. Outside on the balcony, a cockatoo landed with a clatter on the rail and began to squawk. She watched it for a moment through the window, gathering her resolve. Then, finally, with a little lift of her shoulders and a deep breath, she headed through to the bedroom to collect up the belongings she had not taken when she'd walked out of Jamie's life a few short weeks before. Just before she left, she did a
Sample complete. Ready to continue?